Hi guys, welcome to our next video in the playlist Python basics for GIS. So in today's video we're gonna look at the string operations, how we can perform the string operations on the data type string. So particularly we'll first look at the overview. So this lecture will cover the various string operations which are there in the Python with a focus on their application in the geospatial context. So the strings are the fundamental in handling the textual data, such as a name of a geographic location or its coordinates, and whatever the data that is extracted from the text files. So mastering the string operations allows you to effectively manipulate and analyze the geographic information, so which are essential for the tasks like the data cleaning, the formatting, the parsing, and even the geocoding. So we'll see what are will be our objectives. So first we will create and manipulate a string in a Python, and including its concatenation and repetition. And we'll also apply some of the methods such as lower, upper, strip, the replace, and well as the split in order to process the geospatial data. And we'll also format the string with the help of dot format, so which we covered in our previous videos also. So the parsing and extracting the specific information from the strings, will also look at how we can split and separate the two strings, so based on some common split indicators. So let's get started. So we are creating and manipulating the strings. So let's create a basic string. So before we can start, I recommend you to connect for your hardware accelerator, so which is a CPU by default. So if you want, you can also switch your hardware accelerator as well as the runtime to GPU or less the TPU based on your target analysis. So let's just start with writing common string. So I'm creating a string called as a place. So let's just say my place name is Western Ghats. So right, Western Ghats. So whatever there inside my single inverted comma represent a place and a string. So it's a string object. So usually a continuous textual object written inside a single inverted comma. So you can also use double or else the triple inverted commas if you're using some of the apostrophes inside your string object. So remember, I have created a variable called place, and click on the cell to run with the help of function shift plus enter. So now you can also join two strings using the operator called plus. So let's just say I'm updating place with the state. So I'll use my place object and I'll use the plus sign, and I will add one more string that is called Western Ghats India. So now you click on the run. So before you can start that, you can print the place. So you'll get a single string with Western Ghats. Now I have added or concatenated the place with the state or the country. So I'll get the output. So let's just print the output of place state and click on the run. You'll get Western Ghats, comma India. So we have added one more string called India. So you'll see the whole string object is a single object. So though we have two separate objects added, it will be written in a single string object. So now you know how to create a string object and how you can join them, how you can join the two separate strings. So now you can also use another type of the math multiplication in order to get this done. So now if you can just say I will write a single number called uh, 10. So I want to multiply it 10 times. So just print on num, click on the run. You'll get the 10 printed 10 times in a string object. So remember, though 10 is a numeric, we have written inside a single inverted comma. So it's a string object. It has printed the number 10 10 times because I have multiplied it 10 times and we have printed it. So if you want to just have two times, you just replace it by 2 and click on the run. You'll get 1010 two times. So if you have some kind of space in between them, you just add a space, click on the run. You'll get a clear space in between 10 and 10. So like this, you can use some of the mathematical operations such as plus, multiply for your string object. So next, let's go to our string methods for geospatial data. So we'll be using the various inbuilt methods to manipulate the string. So we'll see how we can get it into lowercase, uppercase, and how you can remove the leading as well as the trailing white spaces in there. So let's just get started. So first we'll see what is how we can convert this place name into an upper. So you just have to use this place uh, dot upper. So whatever my place variable is there, Western Ghats, it will now be visible in the uppercase. So now you see, just with the use of the function dot upper, your place object has been capitalized with each single letter. So what if I want to have all in my lowercase? So similarly, you have a function called place dot lower. Click on the run. You will get your object Western Ghats in the lowercase. So this is the two functions, upper and lower. So now if you can just scroll it down, and you will also see you can also replace some of the uh, string objects in your place. So I'll create one more variable called replaced. So where I have my place, and I want to use a function called dot replace. So it has to give the two arguments. One is what you want to replace. Let's just say I want to convert from Eastern Ghats to Western Ghats, from Western Ghats to Eastern Ghats. So I have to write my Western, which I want to replace, and what it should be replaced with. So it should be replaced with Eastern. So click on the run, and print the replaced one. So you'll get the Western word replaced with Eastern word. So what does it indicate is that your Python or your object is able to identify two different kinds of words in a single string. So it has identified this Western and replaced it with Eastern. So that's how you can replace any of the string in your string object. So next, just go to one more useful function that is called split. So I have a function called place. I have a variable called place state. So for this place state, so you can create a variable called splitted. So for my place state, I want to use a function called dot split. So which will split the entire string based on some separator. So I have used this comma to be used as a separator. So I will have to get the two new objects. One is mount, and one is the Western Ghats, and another one is India. So let's just print this is splitted one and click on the run. So there you see, we have two kind of strings. One is the Western Ghats and another one is the India. So you see, they have written in two separated inverted commas, but if you see here, they're written in single separated inverted commas. So which represents it has two objects. One is the Western Ghats, another one is the India. So this one is mainly separated with the help of comma. So because I have specified what is the split indicator, so it has to be a comma. So it has split the entire string based on the comma. So now you have understood how to use a split function, how to use a replace function, how you can use uppercase and lowercase to manipulate your strings, how you can repeat a single string how many times you want in an order. So how you can add the strings with the help of some mathematical operations, and how you can create a string. So all these functions and all these things you have learned now. So we'll look at into one more important so that is called the stripping for the title. So let's just say you have a list of countries, and you want to strip it with the help of titles. So that we'll get in the next video, or we can just see it now. So I'm creating a variable called countries. So it has to be a list of variables. So let's just say it has to be Nepal, uh, Bhutan, India, and Sri Lanka. So I have some five spaces or the four countries in my variable name called country. So it's a list of strings. So I want to normalize them. So let's just create a one more variable called a normalized one. So for my countries, you have to select these countries, and you need to write a for loop dot strip dot title. So print this normalized. Click on the run. So we have some kind of error. So this has to be country. So now you see we have printed the each of the string for we have written a for loop for countries for country in a countries. I need to get the strip with the help of call dotted strip function, and I need to print each of them. So this is something similar to writing a for loop. So this is just an introduction to the writing of for loop. So in the next video or the upcoming video, you'll get to see how you can do for loop functions. So next we can see how you can convert a string to numerical or float objects. So let's just say I have a variable called coordinates, and I want to have my lat and long. So my lat will be 14.234, and my longitude will be 41.1234. So let's just say it's the north one because it's a longitude, and it should be east because it's a longitude. So I have a name called coordinates variable created. So I want to extract the lat, so you just have to specify coordinates dot split. So split based on what? So split based on comma. So you'll get two objects, lat and long. So you can create lat and long. So that's it, it is done. So if you print lat, you'll get the lat done. If you print long, you'll get the long printed. So I have created a split object. So I had a single string, but I have split it into two variables, lat and long, with the help of a separator called comma. So now I need to create this into a float object. So let's just say I want to have my longitude number, so which I have to convert into float. So just have to say dot float your longitude, and you need to take only the numerical object. So I don't want this e representing the east in my latitude. So I'm selecting only I'm selecting only the numerical part with the help of this selecting function. So now my long is done. So if you just print this longitude number, you'll get only the number which is there in your longitude term. So similarly, you can get this latitude number. So you select the latitude, and you just use the function float. You have to get the float of this latitude, but I want to select only the numerical part, so this will leave whatever your last part is there. So you select lat num, print it, you'll get only the latitude. So I hope guys you have understood how you can create a string object, and how you can split it into two variables, and how you can convert a float object into a string object into a float or the number. So that's it for today. So you have seen the major string operations, whatever is there, that can be done basically in the Python. So if you have any kind of queries, doubts, or anything, you can always post it in the comment section. So thank you for watching.